Hey everybody, Lucas Welsh here. I recently had a couple questions about this little Beaver Creek guitar that I got in. The bridge had pulled up and it was in a bad way. It had popped off. It had taken a little bit of the top with it. Of course, I mean, it's a plywood guitar, right? So it had taken some layers with it. This is a BCTD 601 SB. The SB being a sunburst. I'm not sure what the BCTD means, but anyway, these are like a real economy line, entry grade student instrument. And so what the issue is here, and I'm going to try and show you the inside of the guitar, but bear with me because it's not the easiest thing to get onto film. But to give you an idea, and I'll just use these as an idea. So this is a fan braced guitar, okay? So it's got bracing that runs like this, as well as a couple lateral braces, okay? So a regular guitar, or a regular steel string guitar, most nowadays, some have ladder bracing, where it's just braces like this that go across the guitar. A lot of guitars have an X brace with some additional little bracing, you know, some finger braces that go down there, plus, you know, a big, you know, some ladder braces up here. So anyway, this is a fan braced guitar. And honestly, I didn't realize that until I started looking into these guitars. So, and I don't know if it's like maybe they just missed it with this one or they just didn't do it. So there's no bridge plate. Typically, underneath of the bridge, there's a patch of wood on the bottom side of the soundboard that supports this and holds the ball end of the string from scratching and digging into your spruce top, because your spruce top is softwood. Typically, those bridge plates are made out of a hardwood like maple or sometimes rosewood or even ebony. So this one had no bridge plate. And it's made a little bit more difficult because right on the center of the bridge is one of these fan braces. So you can't make a full width bridge plate to put in there. So what I did, and again, I'm going to try and catch this here. So there you can, if you're looking at the mirror, you can see some of the fan bracing. And if I just finagle this just right here, okay. So you can see the ball ends of the strings, the colored ends, and you can see that I've put in a couple ebony sections of bridge plate around that one brace that goes right smack dab down the middle of the top of the guitar. So I cut out those pieces of ebony, I glued them in, I located them with magnets. So I use rare earth magnets. I tape one onto the bottom side and I tape one onto the top. Get some glue on, and then I put my top. I don't have one handy here, but so I put my top magnet right on there, and I hold that in place, and that guides the other one from the bottom side and locates it just about perfectly. And then you can actually use this magnet to find position, and then with a mirror from inside you can see where it's going and you can find position your spots. So anyway, I did that, and then I re-leveled the surface here, cleaned up the bottom of the bridge and everything, and glued her back down, and then we just did a quick little action adjustment here. Oh, gotta get this inspection mirror out of here now. It's not the easiest thing. And yeah, so I thought maybe I'd give you a quick little sample since I'm here. These guitars, they intonate well straight from the pick here. Hang on a second. I got one close. I've been thoroughly impressed with these guitars. Matter of fact, I get them at the source. I get these for my students. They come in a nice small package. They're like 250, 275 bucks. Anyway, we didn't do anything overly fancy or nothing with this guitar. They got a nice little sunburst on them. All plywood construction. They are what they are. They're a good student quality instrument for a beginner, an affordable price. And you know, some people are like, oh, don't even bother fixing it. Well, why not? There's absolutely nothing wrong with the guitar other than the bridge popped off of it. They're not built, in my opinion, they're not built super well for steel strings, and they are a steel string guitar. So. If you buy one of these, there's a good possibility that you may have to do something like that in the future. I would almost, like, if I was gonna give somebody an honest to goodness recommendation on these little things, I would say, you know what, straight out the cuff, buy one, 250 bucks, okay? Buy one, have it set up. Because they're always a little bit high in the, you know, it's like every guitar. Every guitar should be set up from brand new. Have it set up. I would even go as far as to say, go the extra mile and get them to preemptively put you in a set of split bridge plates like I did on this guitar. And that is going to hopefully eliminate the need to ever have to re-glue the bridge. Now, they may never, this is the first one that I've seen that's come in with this problem. And I know that I've, you know, had some of these guitars out with some of my students now for upwards of 5 years, and the bridges haven't come off of them before. This one looks like it may have survived a fall. There's some cracking happening around the if I can show it to you here. That's pretty tough to catch that in the light, but around the heel block, the finish is cracked. It's not through. There's not a crack in the wood, but so that may have played into the whole thing too. You know, potentially there was some trauma. May have fell off the stand or whatever, and that happens. And rather happen to a $250 guitar for little Johnny or little Betty than an expensive guitar. So there you go. There you have it. The Beaver Creak guitars. I still like them, despite their shortcomings. They intonate well. They play in tune. They need a setup from the get-go. And if you really wanted to, do something to make sure that it's up to snuff, I would put a split bridge plate in there, just to stop those strings from chewing into the bottom of the soundboard, because that's what happens. They chew in there, and eventually it's gonna wear through to a point where there will be nothing holding those bridge pins. Like those bridge pins, when you got a pin. This is a bridge pin, okay? It's in the guitar. The string should always be, the ball end should always be kind of curled over and should be resting against the bridge plate, you know. And this just wedges it into place. So, anyway, there you have it. Have a good day. Ciao.